It's Sweet Truth Thursday, y'all. And despite the fact that the restaurants are not open like I would want them to be, the places that I would want to buy, I have a friend that is the best cake lady in town. She made my wedding cake, birthday cakes, past anniversary cakes. It's just delicious. So I asked her yesterday, girl, is you making pandemic cakes? And she kind of laughed, but she was able to pull together the most delicious. It's white chocolate strawberry cream cake. Let me show y'all. I cut it, but let me see. Y'all see that? Wait. Let me bring it up because y'all you don't understand. It's fresh strawberries and white chocolate. Oh my god, it's so good. Anyways, so when I cut it, I said, let me go ahead and do this recording because I'm about to demolish this cake. Okay. So Sweet Truth Thursday, I decided today to talk about one of the hardest things that I have faced in my life. Both times that I have been married, I had stepchildren, and they are great kids. Okay. One of the reasons why, you hear anybody that's ever been around us and talk about our story, me and my husband, love story. Yes, we've known each other since we were kids, 14 and 15. We went our own separate ways and tried to reconnect a couple of times. It just didn't work out. And this time, I was older, he was older. We both have been divorced. And so one of my fears was kids, the dynamic of the kids. I have children, but my kids are big. Their biological dad is nowhere around, never has been in a real way anyway. And their ram in the bush dad, he's cool, he's not hard to, he does for the kids, and I said we're cool, there's no drama, that way. But I was really nervous because my husband also has two sons. One is an adult, so I wasn't really worried about him, but he has a younger son. And he's such a sweetheart. I just love him to death. Loving him is not hard, okay, because I love my husband. So I absolutely love him. But the hard part is being a step parent. Something that I have been saying a lot here lately is, and this is not just about step parenting, this is about stuff, period. People want you to take ownership of everything that you do. Whether you're at work, people want you to take ownership. If you're at church and you're over a ministry, they want you to take ownership, accountability. In life, period, people want you to take ownership, accountability. But no one wants you to act like you own it. Okay? They want you to take accountability, but they don't want you to own it, act like you own it. Okay? That's what being a step parent is like. They want you to love the child equally as you would love your own. And I don't have an issue with that. I can't say I do not have an issue with that and not be lying. And they want you to sacrifice like you would for your own. But a lot of times the problem comes in is they don't want you to really act like they're your own. And that is very hard for me, because that's just my personality. If I love someone, I love with my whole heart. I'll sacrifice, I have no problems doing whatever I can for any of our kids, even the oldest one. If he called and he said he was hungry or anything like that, my husband will tell you that I will take him food or whatever, to help him out without any, consequence or bad mouthing or anything like that, because that's just me. It's just how I am, as a person, and especially when it comes to our kids. And my husband is always saying, you always taking up for those kids. So it's not the point of that. A lot of times it's the whole co-parenting, dealing with the fact that you're coming into a child's life that you had no say so in how they were reared. You know what I'm saying? And how they were raised and all that sort of thing. And so now you're coming in and you're loving them. And in a perfect world where everyone could just operate as adults, it would be fine. Because me, if when my kid's biological dad was kind of still around, when he got new girlfriends or whatever, and I would meet them, I was always kind to them. I had no problem with them. I didn't. I realized that those women, or yeah, and I say those because see, that's just how he is. Women were going to play a role in making sure that my kids were okay while they were with their dad if he lived there. Okay, that means that they're gonna probably be responsible for the food, that they're gonna probably, just be doing all type of things that I would normally do for the kids. And so I didn't have an issue with that. I never tried to run anyone else's house or anything like that. And that's just something that's very hard as a step parent, because you're called on to love like your own, do like they're your own, but at the same time, it's like you're constantly reminded they're not yours, to make any decisions, and sometimes even, people get beside themselves because it's like, hey, if I am willing to sacrifice and love your child and be good to your child, so I'm not gonna do anything to hurt your child, why we gotta be mad? Why we gotta have any type of discord when it comes to stuff like that? But that's something that I have dealt with, being married again, and that, I promise you, caused me pause initially. In reconnecting with my husband, because I was like, ooh, it's been years since I've had to deal with baby mama drama, and I know that as I get older, I get less tolerant, okay? And so I wasn't sure if I was able to deal with it, but I think that I've done pretty good. And what keeps me grounded is the fact that I do love him, and it's not about me. So if somebody's watching this and you have a stepchild and you're like, I love him, but oh my God, the drama. Just keep in mind, it's not about you. It's about what's best for that child and that relationship, the importance of that relationship. I think about the importance of the relationship, of him having that relationship with my husband. It's really important that kids have a relationship with their fathers. I've said this before. I totally benefit from having a relationship with my dad and my mom. Kids need both their parents. And so I always have to go back to that. What's most important in this situation? Is it your ego? Is it how you're feeling? Or is it this kid? And what's best for him? And what is going to be helpful in rearing him into the adult that he needs to be? So that's my Sweet Truth Thursday. You guys, I hope you're being safe out. Have lots of snacks and toilet paper at the house. I'll be uploading more videos because I got more time. But it's been nice, and I'm finna eat this cake. All right, y'all. Have a good one.